like to welcome each of you to this presentation. I'd like to first start off by asking, has anyone thought about what it takes to create a successful Greek organization? One of you? Okay. Well, Delta Zeta and our team here at Alpha Beta Gamma Consulting have. I'd like to tell you a little about our consulting company. There we go. We were founded in 1996 on the values of providing superior service to our customers. Our mission is to work with Greek organizations to enhance communication, networking, and effectiveness. The vision for our company is to weave an entwined Greek system. Now I will hand it over to Haley, who will introduce our team.
Hi guys, how are y'all today? Well, my name's Haley, and I'm just gonna let y'all know who our team is. We're first gonna start with our president, Mr. Abed. He graduated from Harvard, where he obtained a law degree specializing in contract law there. He's also been with our firm for 18 years since we were founded in 1996. Next, we have our vice president, Ms. Jessica Brown. She graduated from Duke, where she obtained an MBA in business management and marketing. She has also been with our firm for 18 years. Then we have myself, and I'm the chief financial officer. I graduated from UGA with an MBA in accounting. I also have my CPA, and I have also been with this firm for 18 years. Then we have Mr. Anthony Bush, our CEO, our Chief Executive Officer. He graduated from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He has his PhD in mass communications, and he has been with this firm for 18 years as well. We then have Mr. Thali Sott, our Chief Information Officer. He graduated from here, University of West Georgia. He obtained his MBA in Management Information Systems, and he has been with our firm for only 10 years. And then we have Ms. Kenya Flanagan, our Chief Marketing Officer. She graduated from here also, the University of West Georgia, where she obtained her BBA in Marketing, and she has been with our firm since the beginning, 18 years ago. I'm now going to pass it over to our president, Mr. Abed, and he'll tell you all a little bit about the Statement of Need.
First, I'm going to talk to you about the experience that we have with companies in the past. If any of y'all know Greek, this is Sigma Chi, that's Delta 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 sorority, and that's the Phi Mu fraternity. We also helped the Chi Phi chapter here at University of West Georgia to obtain the Chapter Year Award last year. We have helped many fraternities and sororities around the country to achieve success. After interviewing a few of the members of Delta Zeta sorority here at the University of West Georgia and discussing with my team here, we've decided that there are 3 target areas that need improving. The main ones are organization image to non-members, communicating within the organization, and constructing a strong fundamental constitution. Improving in these areas will help Delta Zeta become the strongest Greek organization on campus. I'm now going to pass it on to Jessica and Anthony Bush to further explain the internal and external communications.
Alright guys, so we know with any organization or business, good communication is key for successful business. So here our firm has decided with Delta Zeta, we really need to dive in and examine your internal and external means of communications in order to make y'all a much more efficient sorority. So, during our little presentation, we're going to be comparing y'all to the successful sorority Tri Delta on campus and then the successful fraternity Pi Cap, just to give y'all a visual and kind of give y'all some ideas on how you can better your internal and external communications. So, as far as internal communications go, at your sorority, Delta Zeta, y'all rely very heavily on face-to-face communication, text messaging, GroupMe, personal Facebook pages, and then weekly meetings. And these are all great means of communication, but we could really help y'all to make these even more efficient. For example, with these weekly meetings, y'all don't really have a constitution set up right now. So without a constitution, it's really hard to make these weekly meetings mandatory because there are no consequences attached to unexcused absence for weekly meetings. And y'all really need to be there for these meetings to be kept up with what's going on in your sorority. So this is an example of Delta Zeta, Tri Delta, and Pi Cap and the attendance by organization for your weekly meetings. You can see that Tri Delta and Pi Cap are a little higher because they do have a set up constitution with strict rules on when you can and cannot be absent from meetings. Okay. So also, with Tri Delta, they use an app system called Gen System. This is something that y'all could really take advantage of because it keeps things very efficient. They found this much more efficient than texting or using Facebook and having annoying updates on their phone. Gen System is an app and it has a calendar on it with important updates such as birthdays of sisters in the sorority or meetings coming up, important events. It also holds information for each sister, such as contact information throughout the entire sorority. And then it also provides announcements on that app. And so they just found this to be a lot more efficient. So this is a simple pie chart of Tri Delta, Delta Zeta, and Pi Cap, and just their means of communication throughout that fraternal group. So now I'm going to turn it over to Anthony to elaborate on the external communications.
All right, after doing some research online and talking to some of the sisters, I found that there was really no public forum for me to communicate to you guys. The only thing that I found were Facebook and Twitter, so I could gather some information, but I had no contact source directly to ask what was going on. And it seemed to be a little lacking in updates. Like I would find out about events days after they happened because there were no announcements or scheduling ahead of time. So it was really difficult to find out what was going on. With Tri Delta, they have several officers that their sole purpose is to communicate with other organizations and other students. So it's a lot easier to find out about the events and they advertise well on what's going to happen. They have a sister that's on the Panhellenic board and her sole purpose is to communicate with these other organizations. With Pi Kappa, they have a social chair. So all they do is, there's 2 or 3 contacts that you go to and their sole purpose is social media and interacting with the groups of students on campus. So there's a lot more opportunities to meet, and I know exactly who I need to contact for this information. They have a secretary, and his sole purpose is to take phone calls and direct you to that person that you need to contact. And after that, we'll go to our SWOT analysis.
Alright, so after analyzing your sorority, we came up with what we feel is a pretty effective and accurate SWOT analysis with a lot of strengths and weaknesses that could lead to a lot of opportunities and threats. So on your strengths and opportunities side, your strengths are that you have assigned educational leader consultants. And this is a huge advantage for y'all because you have someone there guiding you along the way to form your sorority. No one else has that right now. I mean, obviously they're already formed, but at least you have someone there to help y'all create a constitution, create a budget. And then you also are already on top of weekly sorority meetings. I think that's personally huge for your sorority because y'all don't have a constitution yet that demands that people be there. But y'all are already putting that into effect. Opportunities for your sorority, just wearing your sorority letters on campus and getting your name out there, getting your name out to the peers, to even the town of Carroll County. That'll help expand your sorority. And then that goes hand in hand with making connections with possible recruits for your sorority to help expand, like I said, in Carroll County, making connections out there by doing community service, and that'll just get your name out there and really create a positive image for your sorority. And then creating a constitution. Once you have a constitution, everything will almost flow a little more easily because then you will have a backbone to your sorority.
As far as weaknesses, I found that y'all really didn't have a public image. I walk around the campus, I think I've seen 1 or 2 sisters wear their letters at all. So I have no idea who was in your sorority and who was not in your sorority. There is no budget, so you guys need to work on the funding of your organization. Either you're trying to get a house, you're trying to expand and grow. And without a budget and a constitution, there's no way to know what each sister has to contribute to the organization to make it successful. As far as threats, there was no professional website. I've already talked to you guys about that. I think it would be really important for you to let us create a public website for you guys so that people outside of West Georgia would have a way to contact you directly and put someone in charge of that website and obtaining and maintaining it. And there's no house, so if I come to campus and I want to speak with someone for Delta Zeta, I don't know where to go to. And I will now turn that over to Vali for the recommendations.
We have 5 recommendations. The first one is basically get your name out there. We're selling t-shirts, logos, even knickknacks are all around campus. Make sure students be aware of your existence. The second one, like Anthony said, you need to create a professional website or personal website. So other students will know who you are and your information and your social events or any other events you want to host. Third, student involvement. Increase student involvement, meaning do fundraisers, maybe game night, movie night, make it more fun for everybody around you, be more positive. Fourth is develop excellent communications, meaning social media, like Jessica said, the gym system is perfect. And the fifth one that Anthony said is to establish the Constitution. It's very important for your sisters to be more involved, more, positive and stuff like that. And that's all 5. I'll pass that to Jessica.
All right, guys, I just want to thank you for taking the time to be here today to listen to us. We have a few takeaways for y'all, so we hope that this will help you remember us by. So while we're passing these out, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to answer them for you.
What means of fundraising would you prefer to raise money for our and expand our budget for our sorority?
As far as that goes, we had an idea of making shirts with your letters on it, which also would increase the image, and then you would sell those shirts for a little bit of a profit, but not that profit go to you. It would go to your philanthropy and further your involvement.
What risks are involved with your recommendations?
I believe there's no risk involved in our recommendations because they cost little to no money. They're very simple. It's just if you abide by what we're saying or take our recommendations into account, it'll help your organization flow smoothly.
How much time and effort do you think this will take because it is such a new organization?
As far as the time goes, it has to start now, applying these recommendations. The faster they put them into play, the faster you'll develop, and in that case, more student involvement and everything will increase the faster you put it into play.
Why should we trust your recommendations to improve our organization's plans in the future?
Our experience and our professional skills kind of speak for themselves. We've had experience all over the country in different campuses. And as far as our professional skills and law degrees and mass communications and everything kind of speaks for themselves, so that you can trust us.
How can your recommendation of establishing a constitution help to increase our student member base for future growth?
In that case, forming a constitution will help organize your group. It'll keep members accountable for different situations as far as attending meetings, going to mandatory philanthropy events, and stuff like that. Any more questions?
So why are we working with your consulting company, Smart Investment?
Working with our consulting, mean, basically anything that we've said is gonna help and improve, your organization to further, get involvement with the students. Any other questions? No?
All right, thank you, Team Two.